I kind of feel like I'm the poster child for the benefits of azelaic acid. It literally has done for my skin what no other skincare ingredient or product has done, and that is keeping my rosacea and inflammatory skin at bay. Just look at how my skin has struggled with rosacea over the years, and look at it now. I have been using over-the-counter azelaic acid skincare products for the last few years, and I've already done videos on some of my favorite products, so I'll link those at the end of this video and also in the description box below. I'm not really going to go into that today. What I'm going to do is answer the question I get repeatedly asked here on YouTube, over on TikTok and Instagram, and that is, how do I layer azelaic acid effectively in my skincare routine? So just a very brief overview of azelaic acid and its benefits to the skin if you're new to this particular ingredient. Azelaic acid is a naturally occurring and skin identical ingredient, just meaning that it is already present in our skin. It's a known tyrosinase inhibitor, which is responsible for producing melanin in the skin, which gives color to our skin, which is why, as an ingredient, azelaic acid is great to target hyperpigmentation issues and also melasma. It also has exfoliating properties. It is not an AHA or an alpha hydroxy, so it doesn't perform exactly the same as glycolic acid or lactic acid, but it can help to smooth out your skin tone and even out your texture. Basically a gentle option that can even suit sensitive skin types. But the greatest benefit for me has been its antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties. This is what makes it ideal for rosacea and acne-prone skin, helping to calm and soothe and reduce the inflammation, associated redness, and pimples. This is why I turned to this ingredient in the first place, because I have struggled for years with the side effects of rosacea. My skin is combination. It's sensitive and rosacea prone. It also tends to be dehydrated, and when my rosacea flares, it's my skin barrier that is very much impaired. Some of my triggers I know and recognize, and others I don't even know what they are. Overdoing things in my skincare routine is definitely a trigger, because if I compromise my barrier by using too many active ingredients all at once, or things that are too strong for my skin, will set my rosacea on fire. Drinking red wine, I hate that one because I actually like drinking red wine, and the sun is one of my biggest triggers. So I try to mitigate those risks as best I can. I wear a sunscreen, I focus on my skincare routine and really focus on maintaining my skin barrier, and I limit the amount of red wine that I drink. The regular use of azelaic acid just simply cannot be understated for me. When I put together my morning and evening skincare routine, I just follow a very simple philosophy, and that is maintain and prioritize my skin barrier at all costs. So that means being flexible with my routines. If my skin is in a compromised state, I will adjust my skincare routines to be simply hydrating and really focus on that barrier repair. But if my skin is in good health like it is right now, in the morning I like to prioritize a vitamin C because I want the well-aging benefits associated with it. And in the evening, I sort of revolve my routines around the regular use of a retinoid, using acid exfoliation, limited just because of my skin, and hydrating skincare. So how does azelaic acid fit into all of that? It's quite simple, really. Let's start with the morning. Azelaic acid and vitamin C actually do pair very well together. I say that, but that is also with a bit of a caveat. Vitamin C is an ingredient that lots of people are irritated with. That sounds like I'm saying, oh, vitamin C, you're pissing me off today. A lot of people are irritated by vitamin C. That doesn't even sound any better. A lot of people have irritation on their skin when they use vitamin C. I think that makes sense. But if you use vitamin C regularly and love to gain the benefits from it, then pairing an azelaic acid with that works really well. Try it on its own to see that you have no issues with the product, and then try pairing them together. If you're good, you're good. For my morning routine, I like to cleanse with water only. It just works really well to maintain my skin barrier rather than using a cleanser. I reserve that for my evening routine. We'll talk about that in a moment. I also like to tone my skin after cleansing, and that's because toners these days are just packed full of nice hydrating ingredients. And then I wait for my skin to dry before I apply my vitamin C serum. Then I apply my azelaic acid, and then I apply a moisturizer, and then a sunscreen. And that is my morning routine. I tend to follow the philosophy of thinnest consistency of products to thickest consistency of products, but I do make exceptions. The azelaic acid that I'm currently using is a prescription strength. This is a 50 15% azelaic acid. It does have a creamy texture, so in terms of texture, it sort of sits well in my skincare routine at that point. This is a 15% azelaic acid. Most over-the-counter products are going to be under 15% and can range anywhere from 3 up to 10% is normally what I see. Just showing you the texture here, it really sinks into the skin quite nicely. But don't always believe that more equals more. Over-the-counter options have shown to be very efficacious as well, even in a range from 3 to 5%. I've seen lots of people say that azelaic acid does better after some of your active ingredients in your skincare routine. But if the azelaic acid you're using is a much thinner consistency, you could put it earlier in your routine if you wish. I don't really know that there is a true hard and fast rule on that, but I've been doing it this way for a couple of years and it seems to be really working for my skin. So there's your anecdotal evidence, at least from me. I love that vitamin C and azelaic acid pair so well together because I can really combine all the well-aging benefits that I'm also trying to target in my skin combined with what I need to support my rosacea. Azelaic acid can have some side effects for some people, including dryness and flaky skin. Some people find that it tingles or stings a bit upon application. I haven't had that experience, and perhaps it's because I did a slow introduction when I introduced it initially. When I started using over-the-counter azelaic acids, I was only using it once per day in my skincare routine. When I moved up to the prescription strength, my doctor recommended that I use it twice in my skincare routine, so both morning and evening. That's particular to my needs. So of course, if you're using a prescription strength azelaic acid, you'll be in consultation with your medical professional. Moving into my evening routines, I'm just going to explain a few of the routines that I sprinkle throughout the week, starting with a hydrating skincare routine. I usually do a routine like this every other day that I'm not using a retinoid or an alpha hydroxy acid. It gives my skin the chance to repair itself, and I find it's a really good strategy for my rosacea skin and prioritizing my skin barrier. As much as I want the benefits of well-aging products and retinoids in particular throughout the week in my skincare routine, for me it just doesn't work so well that way because my skin will get easily compromised and then I'm back to square one. Let me know in the comments if you're able to use a retinoid every day or if you're kind of like me and have to balance it out with other routines just to be sure that you're not damaging your skin barrier. If I'm doing a simple hydrating skincare routine, I would double cleanse my skin. That's using an oil cleansing balm or a micellar water to remove all the dirt, oil, makeup, sunscreen, debris from my face, followed up with a water-based cleanser. Again, I would apply a toner to my damp skin after cleansing. Then I would follow up with my hydrating serum or serums. I like to use face oils and then a moisturizer. On the evenings that I use an alpha hydroxy acid, I do not use an azelaic acid in the same routine. Alpha hydroxy acids for me are already borderline irritating for my skin. That routine I need to hold kind of sacred and be very, very careful because overdoing it with an acid can easily set my rosacea on fire. So when I do that skincare routine, for me, it's once a week and I get great results from doing it that way. So I really don't need to do it every single day. But I know some people like to and can. Double cleanse, apply my toner, apply my alpha hydroxy to dry skin, and then follow up with a face oil and a moisturizer, and that's it. As for a BHA or a beta hydroxy acid, I do the same thing. I typically use a BHA on its own once per week, and so I keep my azelaic acid out of that routine. However, when azelaic acid is formulated with a BHA, salicylic acid, then it's no problem, and this one is really great from Paula's Choice. It's their 10% azelaic acid booster formulated together with salicylic acid. A lot of the times people get hung up on what can and cannot be paired together. When it's formulated together, all of those things are taken into consideration. It's when you're layering products yourself, acting like a little cosmetic chemist in your bathroom, which I love to do, that is when you can be at risk or an increased risk of irritation because there's no formulation in there helping those two ingredients to work synergistically together and reducing the level of irritation. But could you layer them together? Yes, if your skin can tolerate it, you can. That's the beauty of azelaic acid. It fits in well with other skincare products very effectively. For my retinoid night, I have found no issue with layering azelaic acid and my retinoid together. I typically use a retinaldehyde, and if you don't know what that is or anything about the retinoid family, don't worry. I've done a video explaining everything there is to know about retinoids because I was so confused when I first started using them. I'll link that at the end of this video and in the description box below for you as well. So for that routine, I would double cleanse, tone my skin, apply my retinol to dry skin, apply my azelaic acid, face oil, and moisturizer. I hope this video has helped you understand how I put together my skincare routines using azelaic acid, and for me prioritizing it in both my evening and morning skincare routines. Be sure to drop your azelaic acid questions, comments, and experiences in the comments section below. If you haven't already watched these videos, be sure to watch them next, and I hope you have a fabulous day.